Hey guys, how's it going? I'm MegaGWolf and welcome back to the Sonic Hack Showcase. Today I'll be revisiting a hack I haven't seen since Series 2. It's had a massive update and since then I've got nothing but requests for this, so let's have a look at Sonic the Hedgehog Classic Heroes. Now, the original version of this was just called Sonic 2 Heroes, and it just focused around Sonic the Hedgehog 2, as the name kind of suggested. But this one focuses around both games in one game, obviously playing off in the same kind of style as Sonic 2 Heroes did. Which does in fact make for some very interesting gameplay, which is why you should be playing this hack. Of course, you're not going to be expecting any graphical or music changes within this one. It's pretty much going to be exactly the same game you've played. Well, there might be some music changes, maybe ones just taken from later Sonic games, like Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles, but essentially it's going to be based around Sonic 1 and 2. The characters have the same kind of setup here as they do in Sonic Heroes, Sonic being the fast one, Knuckles being the powerhouse, and Tails being the flying one. Every character can use the spin dash, Sonic can use the super peel out and the insta shield, and obviously Tails and Knuckles both have their flying and gliding abilities. Which essentially makes overcoming some obstacles in Sonic 1 quite interesting, allowing you to get to certain areas you originally couldn't get to without doing something in particular. It really opens up the game to different ideas on how to take on certain challenges. Although it's a neat feature to have all these characters to be able to choose from, that doesn't necessarily mean it doesn't come with its bugs. Though unfortunately not all of the ones I have experienced have been recorded, a lot of the time they might just be small graphical glitches, as you can see with the invincibility here. No clue what's going on here. I think the invincibility kind of inherited part of my insta-shield sprite. I really don't know what's going on. Another bug is pushing things. Now usually when you push something, you push it just as Sonic. But what happens when there's 3 of them? Well, you might just push it too much. This was quite amusing, especially when Tails decided he was going to say, screw lava, and just go in and push it anyway. The nice thing is it's never anything game-breaking, it's just silly little things you can laugh at as you play the game. Purely because the game wasn't ready for what you were about to do, or maybe wasn't prepared for the certain situation you just put yourself in using a certain amount of moves. Now there has been something within the gameplay that has been changed to accommodate the fact that we've got both Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 within the game. Now, as normal for Sonic, you get 50 rings and you have a giant ring at the end for Sonic 1, and of course the special stage stars from the signpost for Sonic 2. But they're not confined to their own games. Theoretically, you could get all of the emeralds in the first set of levels, but it also means you get double the amount of time to be able to get all the emeralds, and it's worth doing, believe me. The super form is awesome, but I'll talk about that in a moment. Something feels a bit off about the Sonic 1 special stages. I don't know what it is. I think maybe the physics are slightly different. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just been that long since I've really delved into the special stages of Sonic 1. Let's face it, I've never really had any motivation to do so, considering you don't get a reward like you do in the other games for Sonic 1. Apart from not getting the Robotnik at the end, but I'm going off track. I don't know if it's me, something just feels kind of weird. But the most annoying of the special stages, and you knew this was coming, are the Sonic 2 special stages. This time, you don't only get 1 dead weight, you get 2! Ooh, if I couldn't have disliked these stages even more, this game just made it happen! Now, of course, if you've played Sonic 2 a lot and you've prepared yourself for these stages, you can generally complete them just focusing on the front character, obviously. A lot of the time though, it just puts you off that they're there, and they have a really bad delay. You thought Tails was bad when you were playing just 2 players, essentially? Well, now you have a 3rd wheel. It reacts after the 2nd player reacts, so you have this really bad delay on the very last character. Again, if you're really good with the first character, you never have to worry about how many rings the others have, so I suppose it is a bonus, especially since you can cover a wider area. That is handy, but the cons weigh out the pros in this. I'm doing okay on this level, but could you imagine some of the later ones? Emerald 6 and 7? Fuck that! No thank you! So you get all the emeralds and you have your super team. Supersonic being, well, Supersonic. Technically he's hypersonic because he can use the instant flash attack. Plus there's another little graphical glitch that in the ending credits of Sonic 2, when he's flying out of the Death Egg, you actually see him as hypersonic. So that's a nice little feature as well, I guess. And of course, Knuckles can climb and run faster. He can't fly faster though, which is weird. I don't think he did that anyway. Tails can't really do a whole lot. He can just run faster, and that's pretty much it. Unless there's some move of his I'm not sure of yet, but didn't seem to do anything different. My one little nitpick though is that Tails does not get the flicky surrounding him, but I imagine that has something to do with sprite limitations and the fact that having all of that flashing all at the same time might have been a bit much. I'm not sure. It would have been nice though. What is odd, and I don't know if this is just with the cheat, because I actually used the Supersonic cheat, because that still works, by the way, from Sonic 2. I don't know if this happens when you actually get all the emeralds normally, because I couldn't be bothered to get all the emeralds normally, to be honest, because, again, Sonic 2 stages. You start off the levels with 100 rings, all already in super form, which makes sense, essentially. It's kind of weird how it does that, but I kind of prefer it that way, I guess. Just keep that in mind. I'm not sure if that happens when you do it legitimately or not, so someone might have to confirm that in the comments. Let's skip ahead a little bit. We've just defeated Robotnik, and we're moving on to the ending scene of Sonic 1. Let's see how different it is and what it does to introduce Sonic 2. I originally thought it was just going to lead me into Sonic 2, but something interesting happened. Not gonna lie, that was fucking genius. That was awesome. When I first saw that, I just, that was so good. And it leads you right into Sonic 2. And of course, if you've got all of your items, and by that I mean emeralds, couldn't think of that at the time, you have everything. And so you can basically just breeze through the game. And of course, with the cheat at least, again, I don't know if it happens if you do it legitimately, you can fight the final boss of Sonic 2 in your super form, which is very pointless. But hey, here we are anyway, might as well see how easy the boss is if you actually have super form. I don't think I've ever bothered trying, even with debug mode for example. I don't think I've ever actually tried, nor can I think you can mix up the debug mode and supersonic. I haven't tried in years, so I'd have to kind of try it out, I guess. I also find it funny that no matter how fast you go, Robotnik will always keep up with you. It's always been something that's baffled me. It baffles everyone. How does such a fat man run so fast? He has leg muscles of steel, maybe? I don't know. See, not even a minute into it, not even 45 seconds, and we've already beaten the final boss. And what are we rewarded with by completing the game? Amy! At least it's the Sonic CD version of Amy. And you finished the game with a pretty awesome pose by the crew. I definitely think you should check this out. This is the better way to play Sonic 1 and 2. I'm MegaGWolf. Thank you for watching the Sonic Hack Showcase. I'll see you next time. Okay, thanks, bye.